guys, welcome to math lesson 115. It should look like this. And today is going to be a review lesson. Remember, we do these to prepare us for the assessment. If you notice in your week 2, you only have 3 math lessons. That is because tomorrow your parents are going to give you an assessment that we normally do on Fridays. You're going to do one on Tuesday, so it'll be a really easy math day tomorrow. So make sure that you are doing your very best on this. When it's your turn to do your homework, we're going to do, of course, side A together. Make sure you're doing your very best and ask me any questions that you have. So today, along with our review lesson, we're also going to be talking about area. I know we've been talking about the perimeter of a shape, but now this time we're going to be talking about area, which is all the inside parts. We're no longer going to be measuring the outside for perimeter. We're going to be measuring the inside of the shape. You will have some questions where you're going to have to go back and think, okay, perimeter is just the outside and area is the inside. So I'm going to show you a brain pop right now that talks more about area. And then we are going to do some activity practices. If you notice, this is also stapled on the inside of this packet, and we'll do this together because I'm not sure if you have 1-inch square tiles, but you can definitely use a ruler if you want, but I have square 1-inch square tiles that we can go over, and so we'll do that together as well. So enjoy your brain pop.
Maybe we should paint this wall. Well, first, we should figure out the area of the wall. What is area? Area is the measurement of the space inside of a shape. You can calculate the area to figure out how big a room is, or how much carpet you need to cover a floor. You can calculate area to find out how much wallpaper you need, or how much tile you need to cover a wall. In our case, we can calculate the area of the wall to figure out how much paint we need. What are square units? You can find the area of a shape by dividing it into equal squares and counting them. These squares are called square units. This shape is 3 squares wide and 3 squares tall. There are 9 square units inside the shape. So, the area of this shape is equal to 9 square units. Right, Moby, we can describe an area in square units. This rectangle is 10 squares wide and 5 squares tall. It has an area of 50 square units. What is the area of this shape? It's a little tricky because there are 2 half squares here. First, count the whole squares. There are 10 square units. There are also 2 half square units. 2 half square units make 1 whole square unit. So, this shape has an area of 11 square units. How do you calculate area? What is the area of our class garden? I know that our garden is 6 feet long and 4 feet wide. We could divide the garden into 1-foot squares. There are 24 of these 1-foot squares, so our garden's area is 24 square feet. Instead of counting all the squares, you can multiply the length and width to find the area. 6 feet times 4 feet is equal to 24 square feet. Let's see. This wall is 4 meters by 2 meters. Multiply to find the area. 4 meters times 2 meters is equal to 8 square meters. Since we know the area of our wall, we can figure out how much paint we need. I think we've got enough paint, Moby.
Okay guys, just to give you an example, you do not have this paper. We were actually supposed to do it on the next Monday, but we didn't have school, so this paper is actually not in your packet, but I'm just going to give you an idea of what area is. So we know if you look up here, it says area equals 1. So one triangle equals 1. Okay, so let's look at this one. How many triangles fit into here? We have 1, 2. But we also have a shape that looks like this. This shape is the same as 2 triangles. So the area of this shape is 2. So how many do you think will fit in there? So let's put this 1, 2, 3. But we also have a shape for this. We also have that shape. So anything that looks like this shape is going to be equal to 3 triangles. And we know this from using all the shapes all the time. How many triangles fit into this big guy? So we got that, 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 that. Or we have this one big yellow piece, and that is going to be equal to 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this formula to do some adding to figure out what the area, which is the whole inside, how many triangles can fit in the whole inside. We're no longer measuring perimeter on this assignment. We are only going to measure what's on the inside. What I like to do is use my big pieces first. So for A, I can fit one right there. I think I can fit another one right there. And then if you look on either side, we have 2 diamond pieces. 1 and 2. So now we're going to do the math. So we have 2 yellow pieces. Yellow pieces are 6. So it's going to be 6 plus 6. These are 2 each, plus 2 plus 2. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. So the area is equal to 16 here. You guys kind of see it? All right, let's look here. Like I said, I like to start with the biggest pieces first. I can fit one there. Doesn't look like I can fit another one there, so we're gonna have to use our other pieces. So I can fit a triangle there. Oh look, I can probably fit one of these and then fit one of these. So now we're adding one of each together. So we have this equals 6 plus this equals 3 plus this equals 2 plus this one equals 1. Let me move this up a little bit. 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 2 is 12. So the area of this one is 12. Okay, let's do the long one. I know I can fit this one here. It looks like I could use some of these. Nope. Maybe not. Maybe a lot of these. Let's see, does that fit? That one fits there. That one fits there. Let me grab some more. Here and here. So we know that these are 2s. And this one's 6. So we're going to start with 6 and then add by 2s. So 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So the area of this one is 14. Okay? I hope that helps you understand what we're measuring. We're measuring the inside only. Okay, let's look at this page in your 115 work that we're going to do today, the review lesson. And I didn't have enough to give these to you, but these are 1 inch, or about 1 inch, they're not all perfect, 1 inch squares that are going to be used to cover these rectangles. Okay, and we're going to write the area down at the bottom after we measure each one. Okay, so for example, 1, we're going to start with A. So 1, and unfortunately, unless you cut them yourself, you're going to have to just watch mine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not perfect, but it's about 8 inches. So if I measured with a ruler, oh, I might put it right here. This should be about 8 inches. Let's measure it the right way. Yes, 8 inches. Right there. So it is 8-inch tiles. 8 1-inch tiles. If you have a ruler, you could probably do this, and I'll show you a different way to do this. So we went 1 square across times 8 squares down equals 8. Okay? I know you're probably like, what? I don't understand, but we're going to do B, and then you'll see what I mean, because there's going to be an easy way to do this. So we're going to put all of our tiles across. 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 tiles across. And how many tiles down? There's already 1, 2, 3. So an easier way of doing this is doing a multiplication problem. So we have 4 times 3. That's the same as going 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4 of 3, or 3 groups of 4, 1, 2, 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So we know that we're going to use 12 tiles. And even if I covered it, if we want to check our answer, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But it was way easier doing it with the math, the multiplication. Go ahead and write the number 12 down in B. Okay? C, I want you to see if you can come up with a multiplication problem for this one. So it's how many across? 1, 2, and how many down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 2 times 5. And you guys know 2 times 5 is 10. Very good. Go ahead and fill it in down here. And let's look at D. We're going to have another multiplication problem. How many is across times how many go down? So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So 3 across. So if I count by threes, I'm going to have 3 groups of 3. So our number would be 3 times 3. What is 3 times 3, everyone? Think about 3 groups of 3. 3, 6, 9. So it would be 9 1-inch square tiles. All right, that last one could have been a little bit confusing, but we're going to do more problems like that when we do lesson 116 in a few days, and it will help you to understand multiplication a little more and what we just did a little more. Okay, so make sure you have 115A out. We're going to do the side A together, and then you guys are going to do side B on your own. So make sure 8 centimeters again. Please make sure you are doing your, see, this is why you do it in pencil. Went too far. Please make sure you are doing your work in pencil. I'm doing it in pen so you guys can see it a little bit better. See, and this is a reason why, because I don't have an eraser to fix that. Okay. Number 1, the children were walking in pairs. This is a big word. George counted 8 pairs of children. Draw X's to show the children. So, pairs means how many? 2. Remember we talked about like a pair of earrings or a pair of socks. You wear 2 of them, a set. It comes in 2. When you buy a pair of earrings, it comes with 2 earrings. When you buy a pair of socks, it comes with groups of 2. Okay, so the children, let's read it again. The children were walking in pairs. George counted 8 pairs. So we need to do not 8 children, but 8 pairs. Draw X's to show the children. You guys will like that. So 8 pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 pairs. So now, how many children is that? So each group has 2. So we're going to count by 2s. So count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Please make sure it's labeled. All right, use the graph to answer the questions. How many children chose skating? Remember, these are boxes of 2. So skating is up at the top. We had 2, 4, 6, and halfway here would be halfway in between 6 and 8. So it is 7. Okay. Color the graph to show that 4 children chose skiing. So we are going to color all the way to the 4. And then it says how many more children chose biking. Here's biking all the way at 10, then skiing. So basically they want to know how many more, which is this part right here, from here to here. How many is this? A way to do this is biking has 10, skiing has 4, so the extra is 6. Okay, let's look at the clock. It says show 7:42 on the clock. So we know that it's not quite at 8, but it's close to 8. So our hour hand, which is going to be the shorter one, short, almost to the 8, but not quite at the 8. In 42, we're going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, but we need 42. So 41, 42. If I'm going ever too fast, put it on pause and catch up. Okay, and then you can play it again. Okay, they want to know how much money this is. So I like to write it down. This is 25 cents because it's a quarter. Here's a dime, which is 10 cents. This is a nickel, and this is a nickel. So now we can count. 25 plus 10 is 35, 40, 45. We got to always label 45 cents. Okay, we are going to complete the pattern. Move this up a little bit. Complete the pattern, and it looks 705, 704, 703. We're going to go backwards, so 702, and it's all right if you write backwards. 701, 700. This is what gets a little tricky. Think of the number that comes before 700. 699. 698. This one's kind of tricky because it wants you to go forwards, but it also wants you to go backwards. So let's figure out the pattern. 425, 435, 445, 455, 465, 475. So we know that it's going up by tens. So in this case, we're going to have to go backwards by tens on this side. So 425 goes to 415. Now we need to take 10 away for 05. Now here's the tricky. If you need to do this on the side of the paper, you absolutely can. 405 minus 10 is 395. Because if we have 405 minus 10, 5, we can't take 1 away from 0. So this becomes 3, and this becomes 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. And there we go, we get our answer. And you're more than welcome to write all over this so I can see how your brain is working. Okay, and don't erase it. That shows me that you're working. Okay, times 2's, we've got to start memorizing our times 2's. So times 2 is the same as 2 groups of 7. So 7 plus 7 is 14. 9 times 2 is 2 groups of 9 is 18. Back to 8 times 5 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay? If you're having trouble with your times 5s and times 2s, you need to start practicing those and maybe make some flashcards for yourself. It will really help you in 3rd grade. All right, with subtraction, we can't take 3 away from 0. Remember, we have to borrow. 8 becomes 7. We're going to add that 10 to 0. It's 10. 10 minus 3. 7 minus 2. Okay, you guys good? And this is plus now. 8 plus 2 is 10. 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. 7 plus 1 is 8. All right. Very good. So this back side, you're going to try your best to do your best on this back side. Okay? Pretend this is the test. And if you have any questions, go on to Class Dojo, and you can definitely let me know. Send me any questions before you take the assessment that your parents will give you. All right, see you guys later.